we're going to talk about horizontal and vertical tangents in calculus. Please like and subscribe to this channel for more math help. So, really briefly, a horizontal tangent is one where the slope is 0. A vertical tangent is one where the slope is undefined. And this is true, of course, of any horizontal and vertical lines. That's all we're looking for here. A horizontal line is a slope of 0. A vertical line is a slope that is undefined. In calculus, the word slope can be replaced with the word derivative. So all we're saying here is we need to find where the derivative is either 0 or undefined. Let's do an example. So here I've done an implicit curve because I figured this would give us a good one to play with in a lot of ways. So let's begin by just saying we need to find where the derivative is 0 and then undefined. So the derivative, we're going to need a little product rule on this first piece. First times derivative of the second plus the second times derivative of the first. The derivative of 3x squared is 6x. The derivative of y squared is 2y dy dx. The derivative of 9 is 0. Now, the way we proceed through our implicit derivative is we begin by moving all of the things that do not have a dy dx to be together. I'm going to subtract a y from both sides. I'm going to subtract a 6x from both sides. Then we factor the dy dx out of the pieces that have it. And then we divide both sides by x plus 2y. Now, what I want you to notice here is we have this fraction. To make a slope equal to 0, we need the numerator to be 0. So this equaling 0 will be where our horizontal tangents are. Whereas to make something undefined, we make the bottom 0. This will be where our vertical tangents are. Now, this will always be true for any type of function. When you're doing polars, when you're doing parametrics, if you're doing non-implicit derivatives, when you are asked for where a slope is 0, where the horizontal tangents are, you simply set your derivative equal to 0. Specifically, in the case of a fraction, the numerator. If you're asked to figure out where it is undefined, you must figure out where the denominator is 0. If there is no denominator, there is nothing that would make the derivative undefined. You are then able to say there are no vertical tangents. All right, now in this case, let's start with the horizontal. You'll notice that there are x's and y's. So what I would do is I would say negative y minus 6x needs to be 0. So negative y is equal to 6x. And I'll just do this, multiply both sides. I'm going to go back to the original function and substitute in a negative 6x every time I see a y. So what that gives me is x times negative 6x plus 3x squared plus negative 6x squared equals 9. So I've got negative 6x squared plus 3x squared plus 36x squared equals 9. You add those up, negative 6 plus 3 plus 36 is 33x squared equals 9. So x is equal to plus or minus the square root of 9 over 33. Easy enough then to figure out what the y value is because we've already established that y is equal to negative 6x. So you could just multiply, this by 9 over square root of 9 over square root of 33 by negative 6. And then you could multiply the negative 9 over square root of 33 by negative 6, which of course would make it positive. Now I want to show you a picture to show you that this worked. So here you can see my original curve is in red, and I have the 9 over square root of 9 over 33 and the negative square root of 6 square roots of 9. You see those 2 points there. So we did indeed find where the curve is horizontal. Next, let's figure out the verticals. So the same process must be true here, that x plus 2y is 0, so that means x equals negative 2y. So I'm going to go through it every time I see an x. I'm going to make it a negative 2y. in the original function. So negative 2y times y plus 3 times negative 2y squared plus y squared equals 9. So I've got negative 2y squared, let's see, negative 4 squared, so plus 12y squared plus y squared equals 9. That is 11y squared equals 9, so divide both sides by 11, square root. So y is equal to plus or minus the square root of 9 over 11. And again, to figure out the x values, I would simply go back and say, well, x is defined as negative 2 times y. So the positive one would become negative 2 square root of 9 over 11, and the negative would become positive 2 over square root of 9 over 11. Let me show you that picture. Here it is. You can see, indeed, those are the spots where the curve is vertical, here and here. So thing to remember always is you are simply looking for where the derivative is equal to 0 for a horizontal or the derivative is undefined for a vertical.